Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Jose Calderon seems like he's getting better every night. You know, he had 17 tonight. Is there one thing or a couple of things you could point to that would explain his, just his rising level of comfort, I guess?
I think getting consistent minutes. I think getting more comfortable with the offense, knowing where shots are going to come from. And the guys tease him all the time like he's a hell of a shooter, but sometimes he won't shoot, So just taking the shots, being aggressive, and that opened up everything else for us tonight. Him coming off pick and roll, they couldn't go under anymore, so then they had a switch, which put ball on Bron, and was able to take advantage of it. So by him being aggressive, taking his shots, we had 32 assists tonight, and they had a double team. So we made the right pass and the right play, just some careless turnovers to let them get back in the game. Like, we got to make sure we take care of the basketball.
I mean, this is well in the past now, so maybe you'll explain this. But early in the you've needed a point guard or a second point guard or someone almost all year, but you went to a number of different options before you settled on Jose. Why did you take so long to get to him?
Because I played the guys who was here first, who's been here the last 3 or 4 years, and we just had to figure it out. And he was always ready, and I told him to stay ready, and that's what true professionals do. So he stepped in, and he's been playing great, and like tonight, if he making those shots, just open up everything for us again, like I said, and they would have to switch instead of going under on the pick and roll, and that allowed us to have 32 assists tonight.
Thanks.
Dave McMenamin, ESPN. LeBron had a triple-double tonight, which ties him with Larry Bird for 6th all-time. He's been picking them up at a more rapid rate than he had earlier in his career. You've only coached him the last 4 years, but is there any explanation for that? And then I also want to know if there's any parallels between his and Bird's game you could point to.
I mean, guys are shooting the ball. We're shooting the ball better. I think having 15 threes tonight, having 20 the other night, guys are shooting the basketball a lot better. So we're making shots. Like I said, we're tough to guard. And, Luke's done a hell of a job with this team. They play fast. They play with pace. They play the right way. And, it's tough when all 5 guys are live, which means like all guys can dribble, pass, and shoot. And you just can't key in on 2 guys. You got to key in on the whole team. And they've done a good job, the Lakers are just putting those guys on the floor.
Yeah, but what about LeBron's triple-double?
What about it?
I just asked you about it, and you didn't talk about it.
I can't remember what you said.
He's picking them up at a more rapid rate.
I said because we're making shots. We're making shots. Okay. Playing with a little bit more pace. I wish we could play a lot faster.
Okay.
Getting to our spots. But, I mean, he's a walking triple-double. Like, every night he's close. Like, he's flirting with a triple-double every night. And, we expect him to do things like that. We expect him to make the right pass, rebound the basketball, score the basketball. And, outside of being very efficient, he brings that to our team.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Ty, 13 points from Kevin Love in the first half, and then he had 13 in the third quarter. What allowed him to be such a focal point in that third quarter for you guys offensively?
They're doing a lot of switching, and we're able to post a mismatch, and Kevin take advantage of that. And I thought we had better movement on the backside, so they weren't allowed to double team and tilt and help. So with the movement on the backside, with them switching, I thought we did a good job of just featuring Kevin and let him take advantage of the mismatches, and then also he made threes tonight.
And what was the key defensively in the fourth quarter against Brandon Ingram?
Just get back, take away his easy shots. I think showing a crowd and loading to the basketball early, was good for us. And he's a good young player, and he's getting better. It's his second year, but he's really getting better. So just the biggest thing was just keying in, just not letting him get those transition, pass ahead from ball and attacking early, getting to the free throw line. So we did a good job with that, only having 4 free throws.
Ty, Spencer Davies, Basketball Insiders. Just curious, Dwayne Wade seemed to have been struggling for those first 3 quarters, at least with his shot, and then he came through there in the fourth quarter, clutch job of him doing that. What did you think of his performance down the stretch, and how big was that for you guys?
He's always big down the stretch, either big blocks, big rebounds, big shots. He took a game off, so so coming back, he really didn't have his timing. I thought he got to the basket, got some easy layups that he missed that he normally makes, but just could have been timing. And not quite sure how his legs feeling, but I thought he looked explosive. I thought he got to the basket, just missed some easy shots.
And with the Lakers, it seemed like they were having a pretty easy time there in the paint through those first 3 quarters, and then they went to the 3-ball. Did you think their legs were getting tired because of the road trip?
Oh, no. If they did, I'm glad they did.
You mentioned that you weren't sure how Dwayne is feeling. It did seem like even in the fourth when he was, making the big plays that he was limping some. Is this a situation where you might want to either now or a little bit down the road give him a couple games to get to let the knee, settle
Yeah, we'll
down?
just see how he feels. I mean, if he can't go and he says he can't go, he can't go. So we just leave it up to him, just see how he feels, how his body feels, and we'll go from there.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. With the late scratch of Tristan, is it anything to be concerned about, or do you think this is just normal and first action?
Well, he went through warm-ups today, and I think he said he felt it a little bit when he was going through warm-ups. So then it was like he said, it was a late scratch. So I haven't talked to Steve yet to see how serious it is, but I guess it is a little setback for now.
I haven't been here all day, with these guys every game, but how differently are you guys playing now than you have in the past, like with this team than you have in years past?
I think, the last few years we've been a pick and roll, spread the floor, spacing team with Tristan being our roller down the middle of the paint. They collapse, kick it out for threes or penetration. This year, starting Kevin, he's not the best roller, so we kind of space and pop, go to DHOs, and we become more of a catch and shoot, pick the picker team and a post team. We post Braun a lot more, posting Kevin a lot more, and working on weak side action as far as keeping guys honest in the spacing. So, with Isaiah being out, and Kyrie gone, it is different, because we ran a lot of pick and roll and space guys out, Tristan rolling, and then we just play off of that. So, with Isaiah being out right now and until he gets back, this is kind of how we've been playing. So, I mean, I give up to the guys just for being able to adjust to that.
How much of that was adjustment on the fly as you had to sort of started this year poorly and then had to figure it out? Was that?
It's been adjustment on the fly because so many guys have been in and out. D Rose was here early, then he's been hurt. Shump's been hurt. Isaiah hasn't been here all year. Then Tristan gets hurt. So it's been a lot on the fly, but the guys have done a good job of just picking up what we're trying to do, and the coaching staff has been great at just showing film, teaching guys, coming in extra, getting guys through plays, and so it's been a collective thing from us and just trying to get it right. And with an older group, it's hard to really practice every single day and try to teach. So we've been doing it when we can.
So circling back to Dave's question, because you see it from afar, you see LeBron with triple doubles like that, and you go, "Oh, well, is LeBron carrying them while they figure it out?" I mean, is that how you see that, or is it a whole different adjustment?
I mean, he's the best player in the world. He better. He's gonna carry your team. That's what he's been doing his whole career. But we got a lot of guys that are playing well and chipping in and helping them. And Kevin was great tonight. Kyle Korver's been great. D-Wade's been great off the bench. So a lot of guys are chipping in, playing well, and that's what we need. A total team effort.
Tom Withers, AP. Ty, what were your impressions of Lonzo?
I like him. I think he plays with a good pace. I think, he's a guy that you want to play with. If you're a scorer or if you're a guy that's playing with, you want to play with him because he's going to get you the ball when you're open. He's going to push the pace. He gets the hockey assist where he's advancing it, and the guy might not get the shot, but he makes the extra pass. And a lot of guys don't play that way. I know J. Kidd did, but a lot of guys want to get the assist themselves, but he plays the right way. And I love his demeanor. It's like he doesn't get rattled. You can't tell if he has 2 points or 20. Like he plays the same way, all night. So, I like him a lot.